Microcampus, a trip of a lifetime, a journey of the extraordinary. March 7th, 2015. 16 students of Shanghai American School Puxi began an expedition, opening a new chapter of their lives. Over the course of 28 days, I chose to investigate on the bi-minority music and vital elements of the local culture at Xizhou. What awaited me was more than I could ever ask for. And when words fall, music speaks. In order to discover the role of music in Bai culture, one has to investigate on its historical tradition, cultural impact, and music preservation. These three aspects are essential in illustrating my music journey in Xizhou. The local Bai are famous for their unique style of music, evolving over 5 centuries of time. Originally named Mingjiazu, it was not until 1956 that Bai music was officially named. However, traces of Bai music dates back to the Tang and Song dynasty of ancient China. The widespread appreciation of Bai minority culture was initiated publicly in the late 1950s by a film called The Five Golden Flowers, 五朵金花, featuring many of the most popular Bai minority songs till this day. The film began when the main character Apeng is on his way to a festival in Dali City. Along the way, he met Jinghua, a young lady. The two later fell in love and married in the final chorus under the Butterfly Spring, featuring the famous interlude song by the Butterfly Spring. Spring became a symbol of faith and love. Thus, every year during the Butterfly Fair, young Bai people from different places would gather, finding true love through antiphonal singing, preceding the tradition for generations to follow. The significance of Bai music is seen in a variety of local festivals. 大本曲, 白族调, and 霸王鞭 are songs that are commonly heard during Chinese New Year. 三月节, a festival of cultural exchange. 绕三陵, a festival which the locals often refer as Halloween. And the local Valentine's Day, taking place in the beginning of March. It is fair to say that the Bai minority culture would be incomplete without the existence of its musical elements. However, authenticity of Bai music cannot be found without discovering the role it plays in the daily lives of Xizhou villagers. Few music lovers of the same village will often gather together to sing or practice instruments for the pure love of music, not by the obligation of money. In fact, what you are hearing right now is a song played by a local musician, Mr. Zhao. Through meeting with Miss Yang, a local villager that enjoys singing as a recreational activity, I discovered not only a truly passionate singer, but a teacher as well. It is said that Bai music has the ability to relax the mind and cleanse the soul. Local farmers would often sing their hearts out in the fields, celebrating their day of hard work through music. Although traditions of the Bai minority are fairly well preserved, modern society certainly had influences in its music. For instance, young composers would attempt to be unique by incorporating elements of modern music in new compositions in order to appeal to young audiences. Bai music is generally passed down generation to generation, similar to numerous Chinese traditional folk songs. Children will grow up hearing familiar melodies repeatedly, learning the songs by heart as an adult. However, it is more difficult for the new generation of Bai musicians to make a living out of music, as there is a higher demand of social media instead of live performances. Young listeners would prefer listening to recordings or watching videos, instead of watching a traditional Sandao cha performance, which closely associates with music. It is as if music is a common language that we all share, despite language barriers. My 28 days in Shizhou has been a transforming experience, from the first time being exposed to Bai music, to appreciating it, to finding passion and becoming a part of it as well. The uniqueness of Shizhou music cannot be described otherwise. After all, music demands to be discovered.